Look at this historical photograph of a family sitting down for a meal. From a biological perspective, these people are refueling a machine. The human body requires a constant daily supply of raw energy to function. But a biological disconnect exists between the plate and the cell. A solid piece of chicken or a slice of bread is entirely useless to your microscopic cells in its current macroscopic form. This animated flowchart maps out the body's solution to that problem. We rely on a highly coordinated 30-foot disassembly line that executes 4 distinct operational phases: ingestion, digestion, absorption, and elimination. The digestive tract operates as a specialized industrial-scale processing plant. Its singular purpose is to rip the physical structure of your food apart down to the microscopic level. This vintage anatomical illustration maps the starting point of that spatial journey. The entire process occurs along a single, continuous biological tube running right through the center of the body. The moment food enters the mouth, the body deploys a 2-pronged attack. The teeth physically crush the material, while saliva introduces the first wave of chemical enzymes to begin dissolving carbohydrates. This dual attack rapidly changes the physical state of the food. The solid meal is mashed into a soft, wet sphere known as a bolus. The throat, or pharynx, routes this bolus down into the esophagus. Because gravity alone cannot move the mass, involuntary muscular contractions, called peristalsis, actively squeeze the matter downward through the organic tunnel. This entire oral phase exists to increase the physical surface area of the food. Breaking it into smaller pieces leaves the matter vulnerable to the extreme chemical attacks waiting below. The esophagus drops the bolus directly into the stomach. Thick muscular walls violently churn the matter in a bath of powerful gastric acids. This environment also deploys specific enzymes to dismantle complex proteins. It is the exact same chemical mechanism you see when you use acidic fruit juices, like pineapple or papaya, to dissolve the structural proteins in a block of gelatin. Under this violent processing, the bolus loses its shape entirely. It is reduced into a volatile, semi-liquid sludge called chyme. As this chyme exits the stomach and enters the first section of the small intestine, its presence stimulates an immediate hormonal response from the accessory organs positioned just outside the main tube. This scientific illustration details the underside of the liver, one of those key accessory players. Together with the pancreas and the gallbladder, it injects bile and a fresh wave of enzymes directly into the tube to obliterate any remaining fats and complex molecular structures. Despite all this volatile activity, the stomach, the liver, and the pancreas do not actually absorb the nutrients you need to live. Their sole function is to prepare the chyme for the extraction phase. That extraction happens in the small intestine. This is the operational climax of the entire system, where the microscopic nutrients are finally harvested. As you can see in this animation, the walls of the small intestine are lined with tiny, finger-like structures called villi. These structures multiply the internal surface area, allowing the tissue to pull nutrients directly out of the digestive tube and push them into the bloodstream. Once that extraction is complete, whatever matter remains has been stripped of its nutritional value. This useless, watery debris is swept forward into the final section, the large intestine. The large intestine has a very narrow functional goal. It absorbs the leftover water back into the body, consolidating and dehydrating the remaining waste so it can be physically eliminated. Out of the entire 30-foot journey, the small intestine is the only location where your food actually crosses the barrier to become human cellular energy. Every other organ is dedicated to either preparing the raw material or removing the waste. The lower digestive tract is far more than a sterile mechanical tube. It functions as a thriving, living ecosystem. These vintage microscope viewports show clusters of biological bacteria, similar to the millions of microbes currently residing inside your gut. These beneficial colonies actively aid in the final stages of digestion and defend the body against pathogens. We interact with this colony in 2 primary ways. We can ingest probiotics, which means physically swallowing new live bacteria, or we can actively feed the bacteria that are already there. To feed them, you need prebiotics. The glossary in this textbook defines prebiotics as non-digestible fibers. They are complex carbohydrates built so tough, human stomach acid cannot destroy them, allowing them to travel all the way down to fuel the beneficial bacteria in the gut. You find these tough prebiotic fibers in foods like garlic, or the bananas hanging in this historical market photograph. Consuming them ensures your bacterial colony has the resources it needs to survive. Eating is the daily management of an internal microbial ecosystem. The chemical balance you maintain inside that 30-foot tube dictates your health and survival.